And when you sell your soul for $1 and want to be a friend to me or this council, in my opinion, you're missing the boat. You're lying and your feet stinking. You don't love Jesus.
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
No, sir. Hang on a second.
No, sir.
Hang on 1 second here. When I say I mean I want decorum in this council chambers, that's what I mean. Now, the next person that pulls that stunt will be proceeded out the door.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
This is the people's court. This is the people's chamber.
And we ought to
These are
show
these
respect. We
people now.
ought to show respect in this people's
Well,
chamber.
now, what's wrong? You clap from A to Z, from amen to hell to breakfast. And this is a customary procedure for people that's alive in America today, for any setting they go to. And I resent, and I want you to withdraw that, please, sir, that these citizens and taxpayers have a right to come before this chamber and express themselves.
They absolutely do, but they also have an obligation to be respectful.
You can tell that something is out of order when you see these people here in this number. And we are elected by them to correct whatever is wrong.
And we need to do that in a proper procedure in an orderly fashion.
That is a proper procedure for the American citizen if they have their freedom.
Thank you, Mr. Chappell, for your comments. But we have an orderly process in this chamber, and we're going to abide by it. That's the bottom line. We're going to abide by respecting everybody in this chamber. Whether I agree or disagree with the speaker doesn't mean we can be disrespectful. That's the bottom line. We've disrupted the process of this council with the cheering and clapping. We can't proceed when that occurs. It's that simple. It's that simple. We can't carry on in a proper fashion when we have this cheering. This is not a football game.
Hitler said the same thing, ladies and gentlemen. Talk to chief. It takes money to buy land. I'm a businessman, pretty good sized businessman. I'm 84 years old and I ain't broke. I didn't let these folks that tell me come get this and come get that, and radio and television every morning you look at it. See, come on down. I don't need a damn thing they got. My kinfolks that I have working in our business, they don't need anything that you see on television. Not one dime do they need to spend that day. But I think our public is hypnotized to let the good time roll. And I'm not condemning anybody. It's a free country. Do what you want to do. I'm afraid we're fastly trying to destroy it.
We'll decide after hearing their input which way we want to go.
A tire usually starts going flat. It's going to finish the job until you patch it. I like to tell you that I've been here a long time. You don't have to have respect for me. I'll get a lot of compliments, get a lot of stabbing in the back, get a lot of cussing out, but nobody has the guts to stand on my toes and tell me. I will. Now, getting back to this county council, I got something I want to say, and it's not the time to say it now, and I don't want to be finalizing anything until I get a chance to make my speech. After Mr. Baker has departed, and after the new councils are going on, we have no right to hire something till that new council gets on here. We owe them that respect.
No,
I'm not. I'm me, and you're you, and there's a difference.
Curwood, hang on just 1 second. Now, I've kept my cool, and I'm about to lose it.
Well,
the deal is that you didn't show respect to employees. That was out of line, and you're getting out of line again. All we're doing is considering the options we have. We're not taking any decision other than just seeing all the options. That's all we're doing, and that's the reason for this request, nothing more.
You have a good night.
Any other comments?
Move to approve.
Second.
Down on the farm, I can teach, in this vet work, I can teach a monkey or a hog or a dog or a mule or a cow to do 10 things right. We spend billions and millions of dollars and can't teach our kids to do what's right. and we've asked a question with PhDs, what went wrong? I give you 4 children that's going to be law-abiding. They better, as long as I'm on top of the ground. I spent a lot of time and money teaching them those 10 rules. My dad and mother did the same. My grandfather did it to my daddy and my mother. And we lost it and we threw it away. And now we want to know what went wrong. Mr. Chairman, I tried to tell you folks, and I voted against this for the increase of the employees and for this council. We're all broke. This country's broke. It's going to be $22.4 trillion in debt the next 4 years if predictions come out right. And I predict that we will fall flat on our face and be the most brokest country in the world because we are still crediting ourselves to future prosperity. We ain't made a dime of that money. When you get to $22.4 trillion in the next 4 years or more, you won't have a dime of that money to pay back or to put into circulation. Not 1 penny. And your children and my children and grandchildren are going to owe that money to somebody. And so I voted against the whole thing for the staff and for this council. So you done it. Ain't nobody going to miss it because you're already broke. You're spending broke people's money on credit. So I'm going to support this, that it stays just like it is. I don't want to go through no more mess because you're going to probably up it again, double salary for us and double salary for the council. I'm scared of you to get involved in an increase. And Mr. Chairman, I have all due and respect for you, and I really admire your stance on this, but it's not going to break the county for $1,800, and that's the argument tonight of the presentation tonight. So I would like to see you call for the question. There's nothing but more control. I don't know whether I'm wrong. I read a lot. I study a lot. I've seen it to happen to other countries, and this is no more than I can't build what I want. I got to build what somebody else wants. I even got to paint it the color somebody else wants. I have a right to own. The biggest thing about what keeps America free is the right to own and control private property. They're working on it, that progressive group, every way they can, shape, fashion, or form. This is one of them. There's been several books written about how they plan to take us over, and they're going to do it by eliminating ownership of private property. Look at the young folks today. Look at the housing market. What happened to it? Look at the people, look at the rental houses around Rock Hill, the rental apartments, about 1,000. It's coming. 20, 40, 50 years from now, they won't be building a house. You'll be building a rental apartment that belongs to the government, to house our people. I believe in the private enterprise that built America and kept us free, along with private property rights, and I oppose this thing, even if it's compulsory from the state.
Councilman Chappell.
Well, I'm just, I've used them in all degrees of uses and still do, and I found them to be superior, and I don't think Bobcat getting a fast shake him. I think if they took my airplane out there and turned it upside down and run it across the top of oak trees, they'd finally hit a wing one day. Certain machinery is made. If this machinery that they sold or they used, if they were abusing it, then they ought to be took to task about it. If they're coming up here lying about it and what they did with it and what it's designed for, they ought to be revealed to us, to the public.
Curwood, all right. Everybody relax. Take a deep breath. Curwood, we don't need to be making those comments about staff.
Well,
okay, I mean, I'm sure they're sincere in what they're doing. It's just one of those things. So,
I wouldn't trust them in an outhouse with a muzzle on. I'm through.